Now, although the cool new abilities in Season Discovery are fun for players to enjoy, unfortunately they also make the bots more powerful, therefore making these gold farms much more profitable, and the very small level cap in SOD makes the servers much more lucrative than any other previous version of World of Warcraft. So far, Season Discovery without a shadow of a doubt has been one of the best things Blizzard have done for a long time. It makes me very optimistic about the future of classic WoW. But the problem is, since most people are enjoying the game in blissful ignorance, we are largely unaware of the dark gold selling underworld that is growing day by day. After talking to many long-term and experienced gold sellers myself, I can quite confidently claim that the situation is worse than anything we have seen on Wrath servers. There's a reason why there are so many clips of bot armies on YouTube, Reddit and other sites. I've been lucky enough to thoroughly interview an active gold seller currently in action on the Season of Discovery servers. You see, there's a lot of inaccurate and overestimated information about gold selling. The comment sections and Reddit posts are further exasperating the mass confusion within the WoW community about the situation, still spewing absolute nonsense that I've debunked in previous videos months ago. But hopefully, that will all end today. You see, this is the main reason why Vostok, the gold seller I interviewed, has come forth, because he's quite frankly tired of people talking out of their ass. Today we will reveal the following: how do people set up bots and how do they work, what are the gold sellers doing in-game to make gold, the ins and outs of fly hacking instance farming, why are there so many bots in SOD and why is it even worse than Wrath, and lastly we'll talk about how the true source of this dilemma is actually the players. So there's a number of ways you can obtain a WoW gold farming bot. There's loads online that you can simply purchase with profiles for farming gold. Normally you pay for the bot software and also an unlocker to allow the program to work in-game. They're usually developed in China, Russia and Germany. There are some publicly available online, but if you want the best bots with the best profiles for the best and exclusive gold farms, this exchange normally happens privately, since the gold farming community is a very closed off community, not unlike a crime organisation. You probably won't get inside the inner circle without building your own big botting infrastructure with the bots that are publicly available. You'll be contacted later by a more advanced bot developer when you grab their attention and establish yourself as a serious farmer. Vostok was contacted by a more advanced bot developer from China. Following this exchange, he was given access to a bot he could infinitely use on a number of different accounts. You see, usually you have to pay for one bot per account if you're using publicly available bots online like Beneteau or GTBot. These will usually have a monthly fee and you'll have to pay it with cryptocurrency, as the bot devs don't want to do refunds in case the bot stops working due to Blizzard implementing an update. Developing a bot is a very complicated process. It requires advanced programming, knowledge particularly in C++, and an in-depth understanding of how the WoW game client works. It has been described to me like a pyramid scheme. You need handfuls of devs that understand the game client and its anti-cheat aka warden system. In simple terms, they create unlockers that extend the game's functionality so that add-ons can be used for more than just modifying the UI. They do this by creating custom LUA code, like logic scripts for example, to go and kill NPCs, loot this, do that. These people will sell their LUA scripts to other devs. If you've ever wondered why other MMOs really support custom add-ons, this is why. The game client is more exposed for exploitation. And then there are other devs who specialise in essentially outwitting WoW's anti-cheat system, so there's basically a community of different developers collaborating and selling their services in order to finally create a functional World of Warcraft bot. So you're probably wondering why you are seeing so many bot armies run in and out of stockades or other locations. Most people still have this very inaccurate belief that every time Blizzard sees a bot, they see their $15 per month subscription fee. This really isn't the case, since in most cases botters don't pay a sub fee or pay very little. The former GMI interview BPK claimed that many botters use stolen credit cards and PayPal accounts to pay for the sub fee. By the way, in the description of this video there will be a link to a playlist of the Stranglethorn Vice series in case you have missed an episode. And the offer method that Vostok has brought to my attention is purchasing cheap debit cards in Ukraine and Argentina. Let me explain this process. You see, Blizzard have a scheme to make WoW affordable in less economically progressed countries by reducing a fee in the local currency. So bot farmers purchase a short-term debit card with a bank from that country with enough of the local currency to pay for 1 month of subscription fee. This is normally equivalent to $5 to $7, but sometimes when the currency is very volatile, this could drop significantly, and therefore a bot farmer will purchase them in bulk for next to nothing. So Blizzard really don't make a lot of money from gold farmers, if anything. I mean, bots ruin the player experience and encourage players to unsubscribe. Bots are only a negative for Blizzard, and there's no way to conclusively work this out, but it very likely results in a profit drop. By the way guys, I'm currently working all the way through the night to get this video finally done. It's taken a good month to get it finished, so I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe to the channel. There's loads of subscriber only guides for Season of Discovery that you can check out also if you just go to my channel page. But anyway, let's carry on with the video. So what are the main in-game hustles in the Season of Discovery? What are the gold sellers doing? Let's go through this in a step-to-step process. So let's say Mr. Bot Farmer has got an account set up and he's in-game ready to go. Firstly, he's going to make a mage, and he's going to turn on a bot profile that's going to get him leveled up to level 25 as fast as possible. The main play is to get access to the Living Bomb and Living Flame ability, as these are great AoE abilities for farming instances. And at level 25, if they're playing Horde, they're going to be farming RFC, or if they're playing Alliance, they'll be farming Stockades for gold. Now, how do they do this without dying, you may wonder? This is where the fly hack software comes into play, which works alongside the bot. Using the same unlocking LOA scripts that we mentioned earlier, the fly hack tells the client that the player wants to go up on the Y axis. This is controlled client side, and the fly hack has been developed in a way that the anti-cheat system does not automatically detect the hack. Essentially, there's a team of people developing fly hacks, and then there's a team of people on Blizzard's side developing a way to deter the fly hack, and they're constantly in a battle against each other. So the bot flies between two evade spots very quickly, dealing damage with AoE abilities between these two spots. This way the mobs don't reset or evade. They will all die, meanwhile the bot doesn't take any damage. Now, although the cool new abilities in Season of Discovery are fun for players to enjoy, unfortunately they also make the bots more powerful, therefore making these gold farms much more profitable. And the very small level cap in SOD makes the servers much more lucrative than any other previous version of World of Warcraft. You see, for the life of a bot, there's two phases: the leveling time and the gold farming time. In SOD, this leveling time is very quick because bots can start making gold at level 25, and this only takes about 30 hours tops. Plus, in SOD there's a huge demand for gold, and more IRL money can be made from smaller amounts of gold, especially compared to retail and Wrath. And this is why you are seeing so many bot armies in-game. The strategy gold farmers are using currently is a quick pump and dump strategy. Make as much gold before you get banned. To be fair to Blizzard, they are actually banning accounts very quickly in the ballpark of 2 to 3 weeks. But the problem is, because of the low level cap, gold farmers can make a lot of real life money quickly before they get banned. It's actually in the ballpark of $30 to $40 per day per account, and the number of bots people are running ranges from small timers doing about 12 accounts to the giants doing way over 450 accounts. You've probably come across this clip of a Chinese bot farmer showing off his setup. What is happening here in this footage is it's from the launch of SOD, and he's using hunters to farm as much resources from the open world as possible. You see, when a server launches, you can make a lot of IRL money from very little gold. Most gold farmers don't actually use their own PCs, they rent virtual PCs cheaply from Russia for about $2 per day. They'll sometimes use more legit companies that are set up for general virtual machine usage, but since so many people are using virtual machines for gold farming, it has birthed a market for people who specialise in providing PCs for people who want to farm gold in MMOs. Therefore, the PC rigs themselves are optimised around more CPU than GPU power in order to better run the programs required for botting. By the way, they don't do this to avoid getting IP banned or anything. Blizzard rarely IP ban people because it can cause complications when people have more than one WoW account in a single property, like for instance in student accommodation. They simply do it because it's cheaper than running a PC on your own electricity, since obviously different countries have cheaper energy costs. No doubt the war in Ukraine has influenced this. As we know from interviewing a former GM BPK, he confirmed that there are no GMs in the game actively looking for and banning bots. They basically just are ticket machines. They spend all of the time just responding to tickets and barely actually going into the game. Instead, Blizzard have risk assessment teams that look at data intermittently to see when accounts have suspicious data, like for instance a player being too low on the Y-axis of a Stockades instance that shouldn't be possible, and then the ban comes in. However, the other week, many bots were randomly teleported into the ocean to drown. You can see this in the screenshot that I'm providing, and this was shared from another gold farmer. Maybe this means Blizzard are in fact taking a more hands-on approach, but I can't confirm that. What I can confirm is that ever since I actually started making this series, many people in the gold farming industry have told me how it's getting much harder to turn over as much profit as they once did. And this is because Blizzard are taking the situation way more seriously and getting more strict, which proves that publicity of the issue is benefiting the game in the long run. So please share this video with as many people as you can and get as many of your favourite streamers to react to it, and also get them to turn their reaction into something permanent like a clip on YouTube. I'm totally okay with streamers and other content creators doing this because the more publicity that this video gets, the better it will benefit the game. Gold farmers are also finding the best way to approach the ban climate. Sometimes, for instance in SOD right now, the bans are coming quite fast, so the best strategy is to farm 24/7 and get as much gold before the ban, but sometimes a more subtle approach is better, for instance only farming 16 hours a day to evade a ban. We know that in the past, gold farmers have been able to get away with farming on Rathalichin Classic for months without getting banned. And now to address the elephant in the room. There's a reason why there's so many gold farmers in Season of Discovery making a substantial profit, and it's because so many people are buying the gold. You see, there's a new novelty that incentivizes players to purchase more gold, and it is the GDKP. GDKPs are already dominating live servers. Some days when I look at the LG Bulletin Board add-on, I see more GDKP runs than normal runs. The rise of this loot system in the Classic WoW raiding scene creates a vicious, never-ending circle, making the RMT world richer and richer. I'm not exclusively blaming people who buy gold because obviously there are many parties at fault here, but if you buy gold, you should know that you're contributing to making the game worse for everyone else. The purchase of gold and a participation in GDKPs inflates server economies, and the consequence of this is now your casual dad game has to farm 5 hours a week for his raid consumes instead of just the 1 hour. You may not care about casual gamers, but they do take up a big portion of the player base, especially in Season of Discovery. So by buying gold, you are stabbing your fellow players in the back and shooting yourself in the face, because you are in the long run making the game worse for everyone. If that doesn't convince you to never buy gold again, you should know that I have been told rumours that there are many links between the world of RMT and the world of real-world crime. Apparently people use gold farming setups for some safe startup cash to then pursue purchasing drugs for resale, for instance, fraud by hacking bank accounts, websites, etc. And apparently it's also a very good way to launder illegally obtained cash, because people like to basically purchase a load of WoW gold and then resell it for cryptocurrency, and who knows where that that real life money has come from in the first place. Guys, Season of Discovery is well on its way to having an economy as f***ed as Rathalichin Classic. Stop buying gold and stop doing GDKPs. Ciao.